Okay, we're recording now. Um, um, I think I said that I just come and answer some questions for today, and the exam is I sort of said everything's due on Friday, so and I'll try to keep up and grade and return things. Only thing I'm caught up on now is I'm caught up as of maybe 2 in the afternoon, which is the last time I went through the notifications for stuff. Uh, I um, um, I've got graded exams 1 and 2 only. The others I still have to work um, on catching up with. And we can uh, let's share the screen and just go through the unless somebody has some opening questions, I can take those.
I have a question. If I got everything in and I don't really have any questions, am I done or?
Um, yeah, yeah. I'll mark you. I'll mark you as attendant, Megan. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Okay. I'll record the session too. So, all right. Uh, we'll we'll go to the uh, let's see, share. Just share the screen, and we can then look at the slides. Maybe in this format will work. It's a little hard to and see who's all here. Okay. See, Felicia's here. Let me get my.
I'm here.
Yeah. Jermaine's here. Terry's not here yet. Brad's here. Here.
Yep.
Let's see. Tony's here. And one of the Victorias. Which one should we? Let's see. Go back up and get Terry. Mark you here. And Felicia's come back. Okay. And Samantha's here. And Shah and Justice aren't here yet. So, no. Oh, let's see. Maybe I should, if I stop the share, um, click the participants, Jermaine, Brad, Victoria. Okay. And enter exit chime, kind of like that. Victoria, which Victoria? We have two. Pena.
Pina.
Okay. I guess we can file save that too. So got you marked here.
Thank you.
Okay. And let's bounce these participants. Okay, am I? No, I'm not sharing. Let me share the screen. Okay. Uh, um, yeah, I've been playing around with all this stuff. Uh, let's see. Last week, about the same exam, we um, we we went through the exam in detail, and we also went through how to find things on virtual campus and in Zanzibar. So I've returned exams 1 and 2 results from for everybody I had as of maybe 3 o'clock today. Had some some things that were a bit distracting with some home stuff. And I guess I'd have everything downloaded there ready to grade. Although I had one student tell me just before 5 that I just finally put some stuff up. So I'm glad that you did. Although I can't claim that I've downloaded everything then. So I certainly have that. We did talk about where the attendance, the assignments, and the overview was last week, and the PowerPoint slides for the whole course are still available throughout things. And I will total your score 2 ways. One, the exams only, and the other exams plus the homeworks and quizzes. I know some people have been, and then take the we'll base the grade on the better of the two. I know some people have had a hard time keeping up with things in this strange semester, but um, yeah, and I will be more generous than the stated grade formula. So we'll 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 I'll keep that in mind. See, uh, somebody new. Justice is here. Okay. Um,
Hello.
hello. Yeah. Um, no, Marky here.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. And then uh, let's see. Huh. Uh, yeah. Yes. Just want to save this, save my markings, and go back to where we were from current slide. Yeah, I was just talking about um, how I'll go about grading and my status of getting things done. So that's where we are now. I thank you all for coming this week, although I don't have anything actually new to tell you. So as far as new material, can go over the um, questions on the exam, maybe again, maybe not as quickly as before, maybe not as slowly as before. I guess I'm kind of lucky here that they let me have a room to myself for this exam. The and um, we have this question here: hours of exercise and calories burned are likely to be, and just look up the definitions of correlation and realize that I mean there is something assumed here in the common beliefs of exercise methods. Is when you exercise, you burn more calories. Is often the assumption, and people attempt to judge what that would be with uh, various methods. So you can get a heart rate monitor that might guess your calories, and an exercise bike that might guess your calories burned over a time period, and uh, they won't be the same uh, generally. So we can see that, and I do have references here on all the slides, and I do have the marked up slides even from last week up. So you with these multiple choice questions, you might. I'm assuming you don't want to read 50 pages to figure out how to an answer for a multiple choice question. So I gave some hints there in blue. Uh, should be helpful. And this one is just a formula, and um, there's a page number reference on that. So Pearson's R formula. I thought that one was pretty easy, but then again, I'm not taking the class the first time. I've taught it multiple times, and the related subject matter much more. And yeah, this is just something you'll find on page 330, what this SP means. Nothing terribly hard to do. If X and Y are moving in the same direction, the cross products are likely to be just a little hint there that some of the cross products has the same sign as the correlation. So if we just go in and sample those cross products, you'll see more of them in certain kinds of when the correlation has the same sign. And what can we use scatter plots for? They're actually, scatter plots are a pretty general procedure used for a lot of stuff. So that alone's a bit of a hint. Simple regression is the appropriate statistical procedure for, and that answers on 3. Yeah.
Hey, Frank. I'm driving right now. Can I log back on whenever I get home?
Yeah. We'll probably finish early. And I've marked you here, and I'm recording the class, and we'll put it up on YouTube. So
Okay.
yeah.
All right.
I certainly would rather have you pay attention to driving than me if you're driving.
All right.
We've had all these stories of distracted driving and so forth, and now I think with these Zoom classes, we've kind of made it worse.
Yeah.
More people are tempted to doing that, and yeah, I've had some meetings where there'd be a faculty member or a adjunct participating in the meeting, and you look at the camera angle, and it seems a little strange, and you'd see a steering wheel there, car window and a car roof that's sitting there, and you yeah, I'm driving now. Okay. We'll we'll go forward with that.
All right. See you.
Okay. Right. Oh, Joey. Let's see, we can pop back and we can mark it here. Okay, Joni, I've marked you as attending, so we're good with that.
Thank you.
Okay. And I think this is where we were. Um, we'll see if the simple regression has a general usage, and some of these you can probably through experience um, consider other methods there, and at least one of the questions is in a chapter choices that we didn't that's best covered in a chapter we didn't look at, so that's maybe not the best question. However, the correct answer is there, and can look over page 385 for a result there. The vertical distance between the actual y and the estimated y value, and the answers on page 390, and probably some of those you can. I guess another way of going about it is just looking in the index for all those terms if you don't know, and that would get you to that. When using a sample to conduct a simple regression, slope is denoted as, and we have which letter we have, and slope is the number you multiply times the x in the formula. If it's been a while since you had the algebra class, you might have forgotten that. So slope, one way of thinking about it is rise over run, the change in the y over the change in x's in general. So that might help you understand how that works out. Looking through the simple linear regression probably going through the chapter, you see which kind of test would be used, and a couple of those in that list were from the previous chapter, chapter 11, and the other way early, like chapter 7 or so. So yeah, one of the letters is estimate, and the straight line across over the top is called a bar, and um, um, the pitch type accent there looks like a roof is called a hat, and um, in the way statisticians um, would refer to things. So if you were maybe doing a text search without that, so Y bar and Y hat are those symbols. You need to do a text search on that if somehow you couldn't find it on page 385. The number seems to be coming up quite a bit. Which of the following procedures is not a parametric statistical procedure? Well, there's a designation in statistical methods, and it isn't always that formal between parametric and non-parametric procedures, and that discussion is actually in chapter 14, which may give you a hint. The parametric procedures are ones where we assume a particular distribution is used. The non-parametrics are the ones that have fewer assumptions about distributions. The expected frequency is calculated for each, and well, sample size is the n. The formula for the expected frequencies have the row and column totals in it, so you might get some idea. The answer to that is the goodness of fit test. The one example there is when we tested to see if the die was fair. So it was a one-way table. So goodness of fit tests are one-way tables. That is somewhat more of a hint. And the example sort of shows where the formula is, although I didn't quite find the which formula you use. Well, the calculated chi-square values, if we look at the formula, we add up the observed minus the expected, square it, divided by the expected. And that's our general chi-square formula. And you notice there's only one minus sign in it, and expectations and observations have to be positive numbers. So the only place where we have a minus sign and two positive numbers is squared, which kind of tells you the sign of everything. So, this is positive, although O and E are positive, their difference can be negative, but we're squaring that. When we square something, we multiply something times itself. So if it's two positive numbers, it'll be positive, and if it's two negative numbers, it'll be positive too. So I think that's a lot of a hint. And that more or less has to do with a formula and reasoning, and I'm not so sure. There may be a line in the book where that's found, but I didn't look for it. Question 15, the calculation questions. There are two parts, and the first part where you go through and calculate the correlation coefficient and test it there is kind of a long example discussion of going through it. Now, although I do have calculations there, I do a whole lot of the intermediate calculations. So this you won't have to spend a whole lot of time with a calculator doing this. In other words, I give you the totals you need, and then you might have to go look at the examples and the definitions of some of the terms in the formulas to pick those off. But you can do that from the table pretty easily there. So there isn't a whole, although it looks like a big sloppy problem, there really aren't many calculations in it. It's pretty straightforward. And then calculate the regression using income as a predictor for this and composite ACT scores. I guess I talked last week that ACT's attempts to look at your ability to succeed in school, but some of that is your ACT score will have to do with how ambitious you are, for one. I took an SAT and I just wanted to go to a local commuter school and take the bus when I was 16, 17 years old. I don't remember which side of my birthday I actually took that exam on when I was a senior in high school. So it would have been lower if I was just more ambitious. And other times, households that are wealthier, the students are more ambitious about where they want to go to school, and often have the ability to do like ACT prep classes and or at a little lower level buy study books and so forth, as opposed to folks in lower income concerns. And then the second part with chapter 12, it's mostly a matter of applying those formulas, and some of the terms in the formulas come out of chapter 11. So it's the formulas are related in the problems. When I went through this and wrote the question or found the question, it didn't have a statement of the alpha, but most of the time through this class, it's been alpha is equal to 0.05, and yeah, it's kind of long, an 8-page calculation to go through that, but many of the people who've gone through things with this book have learned to do the chi-squared calculations. It's a more difficult procedure than many of you have done, and it does take some care in using a calculator works. So you you when you go through the problem, you might want to maybe go through the calculations twice and try to rectify some things. Of course, you can watch the old video, and there are some checks. Making sure you have your expected values right is important, and the row and column totals have to work out for the expected value table as well as the um, observations. So that's an important check to go through on that problem. And that's kind of it. And I probably can escape this. Yeah, I'll keep those answers, and I'm sharing not just the PowerPoint, sharing the screen. Let's see. Yeah, maybe I can bounce through those attendance things again. Let's see if I have everybody. Felicia had to drop out. Jermaine, I guess, dropped out already. Terry's still here. I haven't seen Janice. Brad's here. And no Kings. Oh, Megan was here, and I didn't mark her. I said I would. So yeah. So we'll haven't
Hey
seen.
Frank, I sent you an email. Do you mind getting back to me when you get a chance?
Okay. All right. I'll.
Please and thank you.
Okay. Email from Samantha. Okay. Yeah. And then let's see. Do we have one Victoria Phelps, and
I think you marked the wrong Victoria. It's Victoria Pina.
okay. I'll get that done.
All right,
Mark
thank
the
you.
wrong Victoria. Okay. Have that marked right. And Justice, and Shaw didn't make it today, although Shaw's been pretty good about Shaw's been pretty good about keeping up with stuff. So we'll Yeah.
Frank, may I make a comment? This is
Sure.
Jermaine.
Sure, Jermaine.
First of all my homework's turned in, all my exams and so forth. I just gave you I wanted to respect you and let you finish your going through your slides and so forth. But I wanted to tell you thank you for sharing all your wisdom and knowledge in this class here. And I hung on to what you said in the beginning, but I just chomped right through it and spent a lot of time with my book and going on to the YouTube and trying to get things figured out and so forth. And I just wanted to express myself that gratitude that you were there to teach me this class and this statistics here. And I sure wish I got to know more of my classmates and so forth. I got to visit a little bit with Brad and one of the Victorias there. And so I just wanted to say Wopila Chiche, and I'm gonna probably exit out of here because I'm done. If you
Okay.
don't mind.
No, that's fine. I'm pretty much finishing up myself. So thank you. Thank you. It's really helpful at this time. Thank you.
Okay, have a good holiday.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Right. I'll wait around in case someone has a comment or question. If you're done, I certainly don't mind if you log off.
Thanks, Frank, for your
Oh.
time and taking the time to teach us.
All right. Thank you, Brad.
Hope you have
Thank
a good
you.
holiday and a happy new year, man.
Okay. Well, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everybody.
Thank you, Frank.
And hopefully we'll find a way to get the virus down. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks, Frank. I am
Oh.
out.
Okay.
Hey Frank, I'm continuing to get as much as my stuff as I can, and if I have any questions, I'll email you.
Okay. You can call me on a phone too. Phone numbers there. The cell still works. So.
Okay, is that on your number? Is it on Moodle?
It's in the syllabus. Which is in Moodle. Yeah.
Okay, if I don't email you, I'll call you because I'm sure I'll have questions while I'm
Yeah.
submitting my stuff, and then I'll get everything in before Friday.
Okay. That'll be good.
Yeah, thank you for everything. You're a good professor, and you're able to. I was able to understand how statistics works. So thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep, have a good one.
Have a good week.
All right. Thank you, Justice. Well, stop recording. This is it. All right.